Hello, everybody. I am back today with a new layout featuring the Storyteller collection from Coco Vanilla Studios. This is part of a series that I do with my friend Nicole Bingaman, who is Coley Bing on YouTube. Before I get into my layout, I'm going to go through what I have left of this kit. We have made a couple of layouts with it, not too many. I think this is layout number 4 for me. But I want to take stock at this point because I tend to end up either with a lot of paper or a lot of embellishments. In this case, when I went through, I kind of immediately figured out that I am running out of 12 by 12 papers. I don't have as many of them in comparison and in relation to how many 6 by 8 papers I have and how many embellishments I have. So we're going to use up a bunch of embellishments today. I am also going to use sketch number 7 from Allison Davis's Square Sketch Bundle. I will leave the link to that down below. And I am going to go ahead and follow this particular sketch pretty closely. Most of the sketches I tend to want to put my own twist on, but honestly, this particular sketch was so good and it fit my photos. And I really like this. This is one of my favorites. So I am just going to go ahead and follow it pretty closely. And you see me here just cutting squares. So many squares. I was wrong. This is sketch number 7, not sketch number 6. So, wait, no, it is sketch number 6. Sorry, I'm ahead. It is sketch number 6 if you are following along in the book. I know a couple of you are. So, I'm starting by just creating this background of squares. It's not going to cover my entire paper, and the squares that are at the top or at the edge, I'm leaving them open. So they're attached to my layout, but they have an open space at one end. I didn't adhere them completely to my white pattern paper. There's a reason for that, and it's not white pattern paper, it's just white paper. And because I used my little cheater method, my blocks are going to kind of fit in and fit together really easily. Some of them did need a haircut this time, so I think that my little stopper I created was not 100% adhered good. I hate to sew. I don't sew. I break sewing machines. I refuse to even have one in my craft room at this point because I've already broken 4. But I don't mind doing faux stitching, so that's what I'm doing. I'm going to, that's right, hand draw faux stitching around all of these blocks, every stinking one. And I am okay with that because, again, I can't sew. I break sewing machines. Because there is so much pops of black in this collection, I'm going to take my 3 photos and mat them with some black cardstock. So there are black accents throughout this collection, and I just did that stitching with my black pen. So I decided that matting the photos in black will keep them from kind of blending into the squares, and it will also coordinate with the rest of this line quite easily. My photos are going to overlap, and I'm going to put the 2 that will bookend my middle photo. I'm going to put the 2 straight down to the background, and then I'm going to use some foam tape to pop up my middle photo. These are some spring photos of my nieces and nephews. So this is Ella and Anna, who you have probably seen quite often on my pages, and then their 2 older brothers. So I have a photo of the brothers, I have a photo of the sisters, and then I have a photo of all 4 of them. I'm going to incorporate some of these Cambridge doilies into my layout today. I liked the idea of having just a bit more texture behind my photos, and I love these doilies, so we're going to go ahead and use some of them and pull some of those in from my stash. And you saw me use up the one of my Big Mama foam tape rolls. They are so huge, so using one up is kind of like so satisfying. And I really love this tape. So I'm just pulling the backing paper off of my Big Mama foam tape, and I'm going to pop it onto my layout. And then I'm going to cut this doily up and use it in a couple different places, kind of tuck it in and around my photos. And now we are going to tackle all of these die cuts. So part of what I want to find when I'm going through these die cuts is I need a title for my page, and then I'm going to tuck all of the flowers in underneath that edge where the squares stop. So I'm just getting these doilies in place because I do want to add some embellishment clusters on top of the doilies. The doilies become an accent. They just kind of peek out and around some of the other things I'm going to place there. And actually, that is not part of the sketch. I added the these kind of clusters in above my photo. Now it is time to use up some of these flowers. If you remember my unboxing, I bought 2 packs of these floral die cuts, and I haven't used very many of them at all. I thought that I was going to do these pages that were really flowery, and instead I ended up doing like Spider-Man pages where I just used a lot of paper and not a lot of the other embellishments that I purchased. So my next couple of layouts for the Creating with Collections series, I'm going to try my hardest to use up more of the embellishments and the 6x8 paper pads, and try to not use as many 12x12 papers because I think I only have, I don't know, I want to say 3 or 4 whole sheets of 12x12 paper left. And honestly, like, I already know like that I want to do 4 or 5 more layouts. So yeah, we're going to have to kind of redistribute where we focus, because I always go through the paper before I go through anything. So you can see here, I am just tucking. I'm cutting some of the flowers in half so that they kind of fit in to the area that I want. I'm overlapping them and creating this floral border down the side of my page. I'm going to fidget with that border some more and add a couple things in there just to add just a little bit more color to some areas. But I'm going to take a break from that, and I'm going to pop up my title, which is this die cut piece that says "Special to Me," which was the perfect sentiment for these photos of my nieces and nephews. And then I'm going to kind of come back. I'm going to go back and forth between all of these die cuts. You see how many die cuts are here. I have so many. We definitely need to start getting some of these used up. I think I was maybe trying to hoard all those flowers, and now I'm like, whoops, I need to use them. The little ticket I just tucked up under there is going to hold the date these photos were taken, and that's really all the documenting that I need. These are just cute photos. So I'm going to go ahead and get these clusters together, tuck the flowers under. I had that little die cut kind of phrase sticker that I thought would work really well for my layout. And these are some of the leftover flowers from the border. So some of the flowers that I had cut in half and only used half of, I'm going to go ahead and use like the other half over here so that the whole layout feels cohesive, and some of the flowers that are in the border are also now tucked in and around these photos. And there we go. I love how this layout turned out. I'm going to add these 2 little butterflies to the end for something a little bit different. And then for a last little embellishment, I'm going to just sprinkle some of these puffy hearts and little puffy dots around my border, creating these kind of small decorative clusters. I'm going to move these around a whole bunch too. And until I'm happy with them. And that's it. That's where we are going to call this layout all done. Thank you so very much for joining me today. I love how this turned out, and make sure to run over and check out what Nicole has using this same collection. This has been a really great series. It has taken us a bit of time, but I feel like we're on a roll now, and you'll be getting more videos quicker. Have a wonderful day, everybody. Bye.